I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Hey everybody, Football Protocol. Today we're gonna do my first Duracoat job. This is the Sig Sauer P-226 that I bought at the gun show I did a video about, and I finally got some time to go ahead and do this Duracoat job. As you can see, the gun's pretty well. Got a lot of holster wear. It's marked up pretty good. What we're going to do is take this thing and go ahead and break it all the way down and get it cleaned up and try to go ahead and get it put the Duracoat on. Like I said, this is going to be my first video, actually my first Duracoat job, so I'm anxious to do it, and I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be worth the effort. So we'll soon see. I'll make it look better than what it is. It kind of, I don't know, maybe it kind of looks like the slide finish and the low receiver frame are two little different colors anyhow. It looks like it's been painted or something before. So I'm going to take it down and we'll do a Duracoat on it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this thing down. So we'll drop the clip. See if I can keep this in range. Nothing in there. So what we're going to do is take this takedown lever and pull it all the way down into the lower position. And we're going to release, and the whole slide should run off of it. There's your whole lower receiver. And for this, you just basically push the spring in, pull it out, and the barrel comes out also. Okay, once you got the slide off and the barrel, what we're going to do is take off this takedown lever. What you got to do with it is just turn it up and kind of push on it. Let's get a punch on it. Kind of wiggle it, and see if I can do this on camera. Okay, next thing we're going to do is take out this locking insert, and you should be able just to kind of wiggle it out of there. Alright, that's going to come out, and you've got this takedown lever retainer. If I can keep this on camera. Two different pieces there. Okay, got the grips off. The next thing we're going to do is take off this trigger bar spring. Probably need some needle nose pliers for that. All you do is just kind of pull it down. And it should come right out. Don't lose it. Okay, next thing we want to do is take out this trigger group. and the slide catch. All you do for that was push this pin out right here. And all that should come out. Slide lock. I've been farting around with this trigger and trigger bar for about 10 minutes, and I got it out and I put it back in to show you on camera, but I'm not sticking it back in again. You got to hold this trigger bar. You got to do it. You got to hold your mouth just right to get that out of there, but it will come out. And it just pull it off there like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take out the decocking lever. So to do that, you've got to make sure I'm still on. You've got to take out the spring. When you take out this spring, this lever will come out, and there's a little, if you can see it, up inside of it. You can see it from the back side. There's a little bushing right in here, and that's going to come out also. Let's see if I can do this by hand. I think you just push up. See, that spring will come right off. And your decocking lever, and there's the bushing I was talking about. It's up on this inside right here, and it goes back just like that. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is take off this hammer spring assembly, and basically you're going to take a screwdriver and you're going to push up on that, and just be careful because it's going to have a lot of tension on it. Let's see if I can do it on camera here without stabbing myself. That's all there is to that, and this whole assembly should come out. Okay, next thing we're going to do, let's see if I can get some light on this, is take the sear spring and the safety lever and ejector all out. And what you got to do first, you probably can't see it. There's a little spring underneath this little pin right here. And what you got to do is take the tension off of it before you take all that out. Okay, we've got the sear spring. We've got it loose. You can see it was underneath this little rod right here. So we took the tension off of it. Now we got a pin that we're going to drive through from this side, and all this should come out. So let's give it a try. Sear spring. Sear. And this hammer should come right out. I'm not going to take this firing pin out in the assembly. I'm going to go ahead and probably just tape that up, and probably the sights too. Yeah, we'll get to cleaning on it. Now the way I've been taught to do this when you're painting, and I've done quite a bit of spray painting. Anything that's shiny on this gun, you're going to want to hit it. And all you're doing is roughing up this surface so that your other paint can adhere to it. And like these little nicks, I don't know if you can see it, these little nicks right here, I take some 220 sandpaper, just kind of knock them down and feather them off. That way when you paint it you won't have any ridges. You can see there's a few little nicks and stuff in here. But just, you know, I'm going to do it the best I can, and we'll see how it works out. Okay, got everything taped up and cleaned up and sanded down all the rough spots. So we're gonna give it the old Duracoat. See how it turns out. I'm gonna spray it with this, I don't know how you pronounce that, Pache airbrush. I had that airbrush about 10 years. I think I've used it once, but we're gonna give it a shot. And let me get this stuff mixed up. Okay, let's mix a batch of this stuff up. The directions say it's going to be 4 tablespoons of Duracoat, 4 of these, to 1 teaspoon of hardener, which is the hardener. There's the Duracoat. And this is the reducer. And the reducer, if you use it, you're only supposed to use like 20% in volume. So we'll mix some up. I'm going to probably put 10% in volume, just so the gun will shoot it. So also, you can you know, you can knock it down to 2 tablespoons of Duracoat to a half a teaspoon of hardener. You know, whatever the ratio, whatever, how much you think you're going to need. All right, here we go. Okay, she's all Duracoated. It's looking pretty good, I think. But we'll get it put back together tomorrow. And come on, focus. And we'll finish up this video. One other thing too. On that ratio, I did the smallest ratio. It was 2 tablespoons to a half a teaspoon, and that was more than enough to do that gun. So don't mix up the 4 tablespoons. And I did not add any of the reducer to it. It was thin enough to where it would shot it really nice. So I'd suggest not buying the reducer. But I would suggest getting some lacquer thinner for cleaning your gun up and cleaning everything up. Well, that's it. I got it all back together. I didn't videotape putting it back together. It was kind of a pain to put it together anyhow. So it's what I ended up with. There's a few little rough spots on it. I had taken a file and sandpaper on it. This thing was in pretty rough shape, but I think it came out pretty good. And not going to make it shoot any better, but it looks 100% better. But let me know what you think. Anyhow, if you're not prepping, you need to start prepping. And if you are prepping, get some more stuff, because I think it's going to be happening pretty soon, like faster than we think. So I hope I'm wrong, but anyhow, guys, appreciate you watching. God bless.